Are you thinking about moving your toddler into a big bed? Well, pause for a while because you might be making a big mistake. Conventional wisdom suggests that you move your toddler between the ages of 18 months to 2 years, but there is a compelling reason to wait. In fact, having your toddler stay in their crib for longer can be a game changer when it comes to managing the transition and to your family's sleep. But how do you know when's the right time to make the move? And are there any exceptions? The answers just might surprise you. So, when should you move your toddler into a big bed? Well, as I have said, the general rule is that you move your toddler from a crib to a big bed when they're around 2 years of age. And I have to admit that I used to use that guideline. However, recently I have started to embrace the concept of waiting until your toddler is nearer 3 years of age before making the big move. And here's why. At the age of 2, your toddler will repeatedly get out of bed. They will struggle to grasp the concept that they need to stay in bed and not come and find you. However, by the time your little one is 3 years old, they have matured developmentally and they are able to grasp the concept of having to stay in bed and to understand why. In addition, they are also old enough for you to be able to use some extra really helpful tools such as a toddler alarm clock and a reward chart. These are things that a 3-year-old will more easily appreciate and grasp as a motivation to stay in their bed. And a 2-year-old will definitely struggle with this. So you can see, while waiting for your little one to be a little bit older before you make the move, if you can, then you have a greater chance of success and for the transition to run far more smoothly and more peacefully for all of you. But are there any exceptions? Well, we know in life there are always exceptions, and the most important exception there needs to be is for a safety reason. So there are 2 indications that it is not safe for you to leave your toddler in their crib. So if your toddler is climbing out of their crib, or they are at least 3 feet tall, which is around 91 centimeters, then you should move them immediately into a big bed. So there are 2 clear indicators that for safety reasons you should go ahead and make the move regardless of your toddler's age. But there are also reasons why you should not make the move if there are certain things occurring in your toddler's life. So I would not recommend making the move if you are potty training or if your toddler has just started daycare. And of course, there's that big reason that we often move a toddler from a crib to a bed, and that's because there's another baby coming. Now, timing is key here. So you either have to make the transition well in advance of the baby's arrival, or if that's not the case, you have to do it well after the baby has arrived. And if you don't have time to do it before the baby arrives, then use 2 cribs. It's far better to have 2 cribs than to have your toddler feel pushed out and resentful towards the new baby that they've had to move out of their crib that maybe have been quite happy in and then have to move into a big bed. So there are other signs of readiness that your toddler can give you that mean that it's good time to make the move, and you need to look out for these. And if you're able to wait that little bit longer, by the time they're approaching their 3rd birthday, you will probably notice a lot of these are in play. So the first one is that your toddler actually wants to make the move. They might actually ask to go into a big bed. So if they've got an older sibling or a cousin that's already in a big bed, then they might be keen to make that move. Another sign, they need to be able to fall asleep independently without you. This makes a big difference to the transition. It'll make the transition so much easier for you if they can do this. It's also good if they are sleeping through most nights, because if they are constantly waking up and needing you, then they're constantly getting out of bed to come and find you. So if they're sleeping through most nights, then that's a good sign that it'll be a good time to make the move. They need to be able to follow simple instructions. And this you will know from your child's development, that they can actually listen to what you say and they can take it on board and they can act upon it. So if they can follow simple instructions and follow them through, that's a good indication that they are mature enough to manage the transition. And finally, you need to have a good and solid bedtime routine in place. So you're going to want to give them the best opportunity to fall asleep well and to stay asleep. And the best way to do that is to have a solid and regular bedtime routine in place. So if you don't have one already, then you need to get one in place before you think about making the transition. Remember, safety comes first. So if you have to move your toddler into a big bed for safety reasons, it may make the transition a little harder and a little tougher to manage, but they will adjust eventually, and of course their safety is paramount. But armed with the information in this video, you can, if possible, wait that little bit longer before moving your little one into a big bed. And if you get the timing right, then the transition will go so much smoother. And never feel pressurized to move your little one into a big bed before you feel they are ready. I hope you have found this video helpful. And if you have any questions about moving your toddler from a crib into a big bed, then drop me a comment below. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It's a small click for you, but it makes a huge difference to our channel. Thank you for watching.